Brave was an American animated fantasy film that was based in the medieval times of Scotland. It first aired in 2012 and was produced by the Walt Disney Production Studios. The story was about a brave princess who turned her mother into a bear with the help of a witch, and was also about the princess being the next leader of the kingdom after her father. I want us to look at the characters who featured in the animated movie, and we shall mostly focus on the royalties from the kingdom and other kings from different kingdoms, then briefly look at the people who took part in voicing the characters, most of whom are still alive today in 2025. The main princess of the film was a girl called Merida. She was a Scottish royalty from the Kingdom of Dunbroch and the daughter to Queen Eleanor and King Fergus. She was the 11th official princess in Disney, and was seen trying to live a life that did not follow the traditions of the time. She was a 16-year-old tomboy who loved breaking rules and behaving more like a warrior than a princess. She was among the most stubborn princesses we saw in Disney, and was also very bold and daring when it came to making decisions. And since she was still a child, she made a few mistakes, and one of her greatest mistakes was turning her mother into a bear with the help of a local witch in the kingdom. She was voiced by Kelly MacDonald, who is a Scottish actress and a voice actress. She also appeared in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, and is now a mother of 2 kids. Fergus was the biological father of Merida and the King of Dunbroch. He was the protector of both his kingdom and family, and was also a heroic warrior who could fight an entire army alone. He was nevertheless an easygoing man who spent much time with his family and friends rather than on the battlefield, and was a very friendly king who got along with others quite well. He loved feasting and drinking all day and night with his subjects, and was also a loyal husband to his wife Queen Eleanor. The only problem he had was his anger issues, especially when it came to Merida, who was not behaving like a royalty or even a lady. This does not mean that he did not love his daughter, and what he wanted was a good life for her after he was gone. He was a king voiced by Billy Connolly, a Scottish actor and musician, and also a retired stand-up comedian. Young McGuffin was a supporting character and the son of Lord McGuffin. He was one of the suitors competing for Princess Merida's hand in marriage. He was so huge and had superhuman strength, but was also very shy and gentle in terms of his personality. He spoke in an uncommon Scottish dialect that was incomprehensible to most, and he depended on his father to translate what he said to the rest. His sweet and innocent voice came from Kevin McKidd, another Scottish actor and television director who we mostly remember in the historical series called Rome of 2005, where he played the role of Lucius Vorenus. He recently played the role of Poseidon in Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Queen Eleanor was the wife to King Fergus and the mother of Merida. She was the one behind all the actions that took place in the kingdom, and was a wise ruler who stepped in when the king or Merida misbehaved. She was also the diplomatic counterpart to the king, and before she turned into a bear, she never listened to the words of her daughter. She was very strict when it came to Merida's manners, and was someone who followed traditional rules to the letter. But after turning into a fierce bear, she started listening more to what her daughter wanted. She was voiced by Emma Thompson, who is a British actress and screenwriter. She has been active in films since 1982, and was made a dame by Queen Elizabeth II in 2018 for her contributions to drama. There was a certain crow that belonged to the witch, and was known to possess the ability to speak the human language. He was the spy of the witch and the one who contributed to making the potion that was going to turn the queen into a bear. Voiced by Steve Purcell, who is an American cartoonist and a game designer. He also works in the Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm production as the head animator. Lord Dingwall was the father of a boy called Dingwall, who was one of the suitors that wanted to marry Princess Merida. He was an authoritarian and a quick-tempered man who did not want to be belittled or messed with by anyone. He was quick to fight anyone who questioned him, and was not one to shy away from war. Voiced by the late Robbie Coltrane, who was a Scottish actor that played the role of Rubeus Hagrid in the Harry Potter film series from 2001 to 2011. He passed away on October 14, 2022 at the age of 72 years. His cause of demise was from multiple organ failure, sepsis, a lower respiratory tract infection, and complications with type 2 diabetes. Martin was a member of Clan Dunbroch and was a guard of the main entrance of the castle. He was constantly sleeping on duty and was basically useless as a guard and warrior. His few words came from Patrick Doyle, who is a Scottish film composer and an actor on occasion. He was the one that came up with movies such as Quest for Camelot, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and even Rise of the Planet of the Apes. The Witch was another supporting character who was first seen introducing herself to Merida as a humble woodcarver in the woods. She lived in a cottage outside the kingdom with her talking pet crow, and was the one who made the potion that turned the queen into a bear. She possessed powerful abilities like telekinesis. She could brew any kind of potion, she could levitate, and also had the power to live longer than an ordinary human. Her voice came from a woman called Julie Walters, who is an English actress and comedian. Maudie was the nursemaid of the three triplets. She was a short Scottish woman with a plump physique, and was the only one that could handle the triplets who were so mischievous. But after the kids turned into bears, she was traumatized and constantly lived in fear of them. The triplets loved pranking her, especially in dark hours and in places where no one was around. She was a very funny character voiced by Sally Kinghorn, who is a Scottish and a UK actress that first appeared in Monty Python and the Holy Grail of 1975. She is now married and is also a mother of 3 children.